Good morning, everyone. My name is C.H.S.V. Prasad Rao, and I am Senior Lecturer in Electrical Engineering in Government Polytechnic, Yadgirigutta. Today, I am going to discuss about synchronous motor. So, we have so many motors. DC motor is there, AC motor is there. So, what alternator is there? In motor, we have so many types. So, what is the difference between this synchronous motor and other synchronous motors? So today we will going to cover classifications of the motors and comparison with synchronous motor and asynchronous motors. And what is an AC motor? Applications of AC motor, advantages and disadvantages of AC motor, and what is the rotating magnetic field is produced in a synchronous motor. As we know, synchronous motor is a self-starting motor. So why the synchronous motor is self-starting and what is the rotating magnetic field is produced? So if you see the figure, this is the figure of a motor which contains shaft, brushes, armature, stator, rotor, field winding and other terminals. So it is a electrical motor. So basically what is a electrical motor? Electrical motor is a device which converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. So what is synchronous motor? What it is differs from other motors? A synchronous motor is a constant speed motor and it can be operated at a wide range of power factor, that is both lagging and leading power factor. If you see some other motors which will operate at only one speed, either they will operate on lagging or they will operate on leading. But in synchronous motor, we have the advantages that it can be operate at both power factors, lagging and leading power factors. And it will run at synchronous speed. Why we will call it is as a synchronous motor means it runs at a synchronous speed only. So what is the synchronous speed means it is the rated speed and the design speed. So how it is calculated? It is 120 F by P, where F is the frequency and P is the number of poles. So that is the rated frequency, rated speed, and the machine runs at only at rated speed. That's why it is called synchronous motor, which runs at synchronous speed only. Either it will run synchronous speed or it will stop. Suppose if you apply load on the synchronous motor, it will bear and will run synchronous speed. Again, if you apply some more load, again it will bear and run. So it will going on bearing the load until it will bears the load. At that instant, it will run at synchronous speed. When it is not possible to bear the load, automatically it come out from the synchronism and the motor starts. So so this is the motor which can run only synchronous speed. No other motor will run at synchronous speed. So that means the rated speed. So all the other motors will run below the rated speeds. So that is the advantage of this synchronous motor. So what it contains? It is like a DC generator used as a DC motor. AC generator can be used as a synchronous motor. So how many motor? In this case also it has both three-phase motor, single-phase motor. And another one is it is not a self-starting motor. The induction motor is a not self-starting motor, whereas synchronous motor is a self-starting motor. The motors are so how what it contains. The it is here it is showing only two poles. Either it has two poles, four poles, six or eight. Any number of even number of poles. So The machine which converts electrical energy into mechanical energy is called the motor. At present, it is showing the synchronous motor with two synchronous poles only. And it has the same speed, power, torque, all equations will be there for a synchronous motor also. Synchronous motor is the same in all aspects as synchronous generator except then direction of power flow. Direction of power flow is completely reverse as that of generator. Whereas in motor, it converts mechanical energy into electrical energy. Where in generator, it converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. Since the direction of power flow is reverse, the direction of power flow in a stator of the motor may also be the same. That means reverse of the motor and the generator. So where motor converts electrical energy into mechanical energy, whereas generator converts mechanical energy into electrical energy. So equivalent circuit is exactly as synchronous generator equivalent circuit, except reference direction, one current is reversed. So AC motors are very popular these days. They are used in a very wide range of applications. So this figure shows a synchronous motor. How it is there, we can see here it has the terminals, three-phase supply. It is connected in the outermost circuit to the stator where we give the supply. Inside this is the shaft. On this shaft it has the armature winding. The armature winding is rotating, whereas the stator winding which is given the supply is stationary. That's why it is called stator winding. So if you see the classification of the motor, they are classified on the basis of different factors. So if you see one factor which is depending on the principle of operation, and next another classification we can do by depending on the speed, and next by type of current, and next structural features, and next location. So that means where we can keep the motor. Depending on the motor location also we have to change its feature. So which application we have to use, depending on that one also we have to design and we have to select the motor. So classification on the base of working principle. So there are two classifications. One is AC motors are classified as synchronous motors and asynchronous motors. So synchronous motor is classified into again two types: plain motor and super motor. Asynchronous motors are induction motors and commutator motors. So that means the synchronous motor which run at a synchronous speed is called the synchronous motors, and the asynchronous motors are the motor which will speed changes depending on the speed variation, load, voltage, frequency, and other factors. That means it will not run at asynchronous motors, will never run at a synchronous speed. So what is synchronous speed? Synchronous speed is nothing but a rated speed. So what is the rated speed means? The designed speed. So that is called synchronous speed. So what is the formula for that one? It is denoted with ns, capital N suffix s, is equal to 120 f by p, where f is the frequency and p is the number of poles. P is the number of poles. So that one that comes into the category of induction motor and commutator motor, where synchronous motors are plain type and super type. So a synchronous motor. What is synchronous motor? A synchronous motor is a constant speed motor and can be operated under a wide range of power factors. So what is the range of power factors? We have only two type of range of power factors, that is lagging power factor and leading power factor. So asynchronous motor. What is asynchronous motor? Asynchronous motor is a variable speed motor and works on lagging power factor only. So that means synchronous motor is a constant speed motor, where asynchronous motor is a variable speed motor. So that means it will never run at synchronous speed. Always it runs below the synchronous speed. No motor will run above the rated speed. All motors will run below the rated speeds. So this one variable speed, that is below the rated speed. And this one is a constant speed motor which runs at synchronous speed only. So these are two types: variable speed motor, induction motor and commutator motor. So in the induction motor is a variable speed motor and works on lagging power factor. So if you see the applications of the synchronous motor, where we can use the applications of these synchronous motors and induction motors are mostly used in industries. And if you consider go for the if you consider this commutator motors are manufactured in a large number of types to perform a wide variety of useful services in homes, domestic appliances. That means mixers, grinders, washing machines, and we will use in offices, factories, workshops, and in business establishments. So most of the new products of the manufacturing of space vehicles, aircrafts, business machines, and power tools have been possible due entirely to advance made in the design of commutator motors. All are comes into this commutator motors. That is space vehicles, aircrafts, business machines and power tools, and all they are developed with this commutator motor. So let us see according to the type of current. According to type of current, we have in India two supplies are there. That is single phase supply and three phase supply. In single phase supply, what we have in single phase only two lines will be there. One is called phase and another one is called neutral. In three phase motors, it has three phase supply. It has three wires, that is R red wire, Y yellow, B blue. So three phase motor means it contains three phase supply. This three phase supply can be connected in either star or in delta. Suppose if you are connected in delta connection, then it has three wires R, Y, B. So that is connected to the three phase motor. And the phase supply of each motor is 440 volts. Suppose if you go for a three phase motor, the supply, the each line to line supply is 440 volts. In single phase, it is 230 volts only. So in three phase motor, we have RYB. So that is between R and Y and B and R. All it has 440 volts supply. So that is three phase supply. That is for delta connection. If you go for a star connection, it has another wire also, four wires. Another one is called neutral. It has three phases and one neutral. If you see the supply between the lines, that is R, Y, B, that is 440 volts. And if you see the supply between phase and neutral, then it is 230 volts. So that is depending on the supply. So how the supply and the motor winding also designed like that. When we design the motor, when we design the machine, we have to first do the designing of the machine. That means what is the speed, what is the number of Speeds, depending on the speeds, we will design the poles. And which is the supply, what is the torque, what is the output power, which application is required, what is the horsepower. So depending on these all calculations, we will design the windings. Either it is stator or rotor winding. Depending on that one, we will design. And when we after designing, we will give the to the end user. So depending on that one, so at the time of construction only, designing only, winding only, we can use either it is a single phase motor or three phase motor. Once it is designed for a single phase motor, it's not possible to use for a three phase motor. So once it is designed for three phase motor, it is not possible to use for single phase motor. That means at the time of designing only, we have to check which supply we have to use. Either it is single phase motor or three phase motor. Depending on that one only, we can design and we can utilize. So if you go for next level, next classification, that is depending on the speed. So one is constant speed, another one is adjustable speed, another one is variable speed. So this one also. So that means at the time of designing, we have to check the speed. So speed depends on the number of poles and the frequency. In India, the frequency is constant. That is how much? It is 50 hertz. So constant speed, that means again constant speed means the rated speed for which speed we have designed. For that, at that speed only it will rotate. Adjustable speed means we can adjust. They will design the motor so that we can change the speed of the motor. If you see the constant, if you go check the constant speed, it's not possible to adjust the speed. It's not possible to change the speed. So it is run at a rated speed, that is synchronous speed only. This is adjustable speed means they will design. So they will design and they will do some alternate arrangement so that we can change the speed. That means by changing the number of poles. So they will put some two terminals. Between the two terminals, if we give the connection, it is two poles. They will put another two terminals. If you connect that two terminals, it is four pole. So automatically when the poles are number of poles are changing, automatically the synchronous speed is changes and its uh, so poles are changing and speed is changing. So that is adjustable speed. So this is also we have to design at the time of manufacturing only. Next is variable speed. It's not possible to control the speed. That means if you apply the load, the motor speed is changing. Just now in the previous slide, I told induction motors are variable speed motors. That means its speed changes depending on the load. How much we apply the load, according to that one, it is changing. It's a speed. So that is constant speed, adjustable speed and variable speed. Constant speed means it will run at a rated speed only. It's not possible to change the speed. It will run at synchronous speed only. Adjustable speed means we can change the number of poles and according to that it will change the speed. And variable speed means the speed of the motor changes depending on the application, that is applying the load, how much amount of load we are applying. According to that one, its speed varies. So next classification is according to the structural feature. So structural feature means how is the structure it is designed. So designing is a very big task in designing the motor. So it is a open type. So that means it is semi completely not closed. It is opened, and it is closed time means all the stator frame is closed. Semi closed means only partial of that A structure is closed. Suppose the motor is running very big motor, and where is the application, and what is the use, and what is the power, what is the torque, how much time it will work. Depending all these circumstances, the structure also design. Either it goes to open type, either it goes to closed type, either it goes to semi closed type. So that means only partial half of the part is closed and remaining part is opened. So depending on that one, we can design the motor. That is outer application will be used. What is the current carrying capacity? What is the speed? What is the load? And what is the application? How much extent it is used? Depending all these factors, we can divide the motors according to the structures. Next one is according to the location. It is also very plays a very important role where you are placing the motor. Either you are placing on the surface. Okay, this is surface type and submersible type. So either so there is where we can put either we can put on the ground level, that is outside we can see there is no water. Submarines submersible pump means that is kept inside the earth, so that they were there inside the water, inside the motors. Suppose if you drill by using a drilling machine, we done the drilling. Yeah, and where the motor is inside we kept. That is called submersible pump. And surface means suppose if you have a tank, from that we have to lift the water from the tank, and we have to lift somewhere else. Then we can use a surface type. So depending on these two also, the designing is changed. Either from which application we are using, where we are using, either we are using domestic, either we are using industrial. Depending on that one also, it changes. So if you see, this is a one type of synchronous motor. Here, uh, it is the shaft. On that one, this is the surface where we are used, and here this is the stator frame, and this is the terminal box. So we the stator terminals are came out here. From here we can give the supply. This is the shaft. On that one it has the rotor winding. On this stator it has the stator winding. The stator winding is not rotating. The winding which is there on the shaft, it only rotates, and the winding on the stator is not going to rotate. And this is the basement to rest this one. So a synchronous motor is a constant speed motor, and it can be operated a wide range of power factor, that is lagging or leading. So the power factor can be changed by changing the excitation. We have the DC excitation for a synchronous motor. A synchronous motor required both DC supply, that is excitation to the field. Depending on that one, we can give this power factor. Vary the power factor. It is a doubly excited machine. This is the feature of the synchronous motor. If you see the induction motor, as we told, it is a induction motor. Induction motor is a not a synchronous motor. That means it is not going to run at a synchronous speed. It is a variable speed and be operated on only lagging power factor only. It is not, speed is not going to be changed. So if you see the advantages, what are the advantages of a synchronous motor? So that one advantages is power factor can be controlled easily. So that means either we can change its power factor to lagging or leading. So by changing the excitation, we can bring that is to lagging power factor, leading power factor, and unity power factor. That is the advantage of a synchronous motor. No other motor will have the advantage like that, which can rotate, operate at different power factors. And that is lagging, leading, and unity power factor. It will work at 3. Speed is constant and independent of the load. That means how much amount of load you will apply, then also it will rotate at synchronous speed. That is the rated speed. Uh, if you put some more load, then also it will run at speed. If you put some more, if you bear, then it will run at synchronous speed. If you are increasing the load continuously like that, then at particular instant, what happened? The motor is not going to bear any load. At that time, it will comes out from the magnetism, synchronism, and the motor stops. So what is the disadvantages of synchronous motor? It has disadvantages also. So it is not like that we can design any ideal motor which has only advantages and there is no disadvantage. Every machine, whatever, if you design anything, that has definitely some advantages and disadvantages also. First one is it is not a self-starting. So that means synchronous motor, if you on the switch, the motor is not going to on continuously like that suddenly. We have to make some other alternative arrangement to make the motor self-starting, so that then only it will start. So another disadvantage, it required DC supply only also. DC excitation also required, as we giving AC supply, DC excitation also, both are required. So as you see, it required initial arrangement is required for starting the motor, and AC supply is required, DC supply is required, and for DC supply we have to take other arrangements and some precautions. Special manufacturing is required. AC supply also, and initial cost is very high. The cost of this synchronous motor at the time of starting, that means at the time of designing, is high. Why? Because of all these one factors it has to include, and it is not self-starting. We have to make some other alternate arrangement to make the motor self-starting. So it cannot be used for variable speed drivers. If the speed is suddenly changing, it is load is speed is load is increasing, decreasing. Then what happens? If the load is increasing, speed is reduces. If load is reduces, speed is increases. That means the speed is varying up and down. Then what happened? Automatically, the motor is not going to handle. If motor is overloaded, it may be fall out of the step. So that means, suppose the motor is, if you apply the load, applying, some other instant, what happened? The motor comes out of the synchronism and the motor stops. It is not going to bear overload. If you see some other motors, normal motors which are running normally, they can bear some external load also. That means if you overloaded also, it will can bear. But here it is not going to bear external load. It will stop. So that is the disadvantage. If you give some other motors, we for a fraction of second, that is few minutes, it will bear the overload also. Whereas in synchronous motor, it's not possible. So this is the disadvantages of synchronous motor. So both AC and DC supply is required, and construction is a complicated, and another main is the skilled person required to start the operation of the motor also difficult. That means trained person is required. Why? Because it is not self-starting. For that one, some other person is required. Again, he will come. He must be a skilled person, and it can be operated at a uh, it can be started with some other by means, by using some small motors or by using damper winding or anything. We have to use extra. So because of that feature, the cost also increases. So that is the disadvantages, and has a tendency to hunt. So this is also, hunting is a another phenomena. So when hunting is produced, what is meant by hunting? Hunting means, suppose if the load is suddenly increasing or decreasing, so that what happened? So how the synchronous motor will run at synchronous speed? So because of the magnetic locking, that is the locking between stator poles and the rotor poles, both are get locked each other, and the motor runs at a synchronous speed. So when the motor load is changing, then what happened? If load is applied, suddenly it falls little bit back speed. If load is removed, again it comes to the normal speed. So that means the fluctuation of the speed will be there when the load is varying. Suppose the supply frequency also varying, then also the hunting is produced. So because of, if you can ask, but then what is the problem of this hunting? Because of this hunting, maybe it is come out from the synchronism and the motor stops. So this is also one disadvantage of synchronous motor. Hunting problem also there, and it is not a self-starting. The construction is complicated, so as it require DC supply and AC supply also, because of that one special arrangements is required. So when the arrangements is required and the separate needs is required, then automatically the cost increases. And the construction also complicated. We have to take care about both AC supply and DC supply. So because of that one also, the construction and the cost is changes, and skilled person is required to start the motor, and the motor is not possible to overload. So for some time also it is not possible to bear. That means it is suddenly come out from the synchronism and the motor stops. And it has another problem is called hunting. Hunting can be produced by varying loads or supply is pulsating. That is the supply is changing. At that time also hunting is produced. That means the speed is increasing, decreasing, increasing, decreasing like that. Because of that reason, what happened? The magnetic locking between the rotor poles and the stator magnetic poles, which is locked together and rotating at a synchronous speed, they are come out from the synchronism and the motor starts. So this hunting also there is a another complicated problem for us where the motor stops. So if you see the applications of a synchronous motor, so it is used as a power factor correction. As we told, it is working as both lagging and a leading power factor. If you go any industry which has a very big industry, what it has industry, all industry has lagging power induction motors. In industry, if you go any industry, they have very big induction motors, and all the, as we know, all the induction motors will run at a lagging power factor only. When it is running at lagging power factor, then what happened? The whole the power factor of the plant which is running on the bus bar is lagging according to the TS SBT TS, that means Telangana Power Generation. They designed each uh, industry has to work on some frequency, that is 0.86, that is 86.6 percentage of frequency, that is 0.866. So if the power factor is otherwise 0.9, they will decide the power factor. If they will put if the industry power factor is less than this 0.5 percentage, then automatically they will then power factor reduces, then what happened? It will extract more power from the supply, extract more from the power to so when it extract more power from the supply, automatically the machines or other load which are connected to that industry or transformer will get affected. It will extract more power, then automatically it reactive power which is acting also differs, active poles also difference. Because of that one, the other consumers which are connected to the transformer or bus bar will be affected, other they will get low voltage. So that's why the what the electricity board they will put one power factor meter also for industry. If you see for a householder, there is only one meter, that is the energy meter. That means how much energy we will consume, that will take. Here we are not using any induction motor. Why? Because small induction motor, domestic motor using, but not big induction motors. So that's why our because of our household, it is not possible. The power factor is not differing. So when whereas industry they will give the connection as industry, at that time they will put the power factor meter also. That means if the power factor is reduces, they will design this 0.5, 0.9 they will design. If the power factor is falling below 0.9, what they will do? They will check the meter, and according to that one, the tariff changes. They will put more charges on the industry. That is very, very more. So then what the industry has to do? They have to improve the power factor. How they will improve the power factor? All they are using induction motor to the bus bar, all the bus bar. So to increase this one, they will connect to the same bus bar. They will connect synchronous motor. So you can have the doubt how the synchronous motor will increase the power factor. So that means the, as we told, the motor will run at both lagging and leading power factor. They will connect a synchronous motor, and they will they will make that the motor runs at a leading power factor. Then what happened? The leading power factor will improve the overall power factor will be increases. So they will run the synchronous motor without load by changing the excitation. By over excitation, synchronous motor will work as leading power factor. When it is leading power factor, then automatically then what happened? The overall power factor will be improves, so that it will use as a synchronous motor will use as a synchronous power factor correction, capacitor correct. Sometimes some industry will use as a capacitor banks, and to improve the power factor, this synchronous motor also we can connect in parallel with the bus bar, yeah, so that the overall power factor is improving. As it is leading power factor, all other machines are lagging power factor, so that all the power factor, the resultant power factor will be increases. So another application, constant speed application, like clocks, air compressors. So where it requires to run the motor at constant speed, and centrifugal pumps also. And another advantage is improving voltage regulation of a long transmission line. If you have any transmission line, so where we have that is a lagging power factor. To improve the power factor, there also we will use the uh, synchronous motor. Then automatically its power factor will be improved. And the advantages is frequency changer. So if you want to change the frequency in India, we throughout the India we have a constant frequency that is 50 hertz only. Someone has some other applications. He want to vary the frequency. How it can vary? By using the synchronous motor. By using synchronous motor, we have another application. That means we can change the supply frequency also. That is the another advantages of synchronous motor. So what we have discussed here, what is a AC motor, what it contains, what are the types of motors, classification of the motor, classification of the motor. So AC motor which runs on AC supply only. So what is a motor? A motor is a machine which converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. And classification we covered depending on the location, depending on the speed, we can divide. That means synchronous and asynchronous motor. Synchronous motors means which runs at synchronous speed. They are plain type and super type. Asynchronous motor means which is not rotating at a synchronous speed or rated speed. So that is called a asynchronous motor. So the asynchronous motor, induction motor, and commutator motors. And another classification is depending on the speed. Which speed we will use? Either it is a constant speed, or it is a variable speed, or adjustable speed. So depending on the speed also we can classify. And next one is depending on the current. So that is single phase or three phase. So depending on that one also, we can classify single phase motor and three phase motor. The motor which works on single phase are called the single phase motors. The motors which work on three phase all called the three phase motors. And next classification is depending on the structural design. So that means that is open type or closed type or semi closed type. So depending on structure also, we can classify the motors. And the designing location. So where we kept the location, either we submerged, that means kept inside the water, or outside the earth. So that is surface or submersible. So that is the classification. So comparison with, next we noted comparison with synchronous motor. So that means asynchronous motor. Synchronous motor is a constant speed motor, where asynchronous motor is a variable speed motor, and synchronous motor will run at a wide range of power factor. That means either it can operate at lagging power factor or leading power factor. Where asynchronous synchronous motors are work at only variable speeds. It is work not work on synchronous speed, and it work at only lagging power factor. So that is the comparison between synchronous motor and asynchronous motor. Synchronous motor is not self-starting, and whereas asynchronous motor is a self-starting. And we saw the advantages and disadvantages also. What are the advantages? Advantages are it is a constant speed motor, and that means it will run at synchronous speed only, rated speed, and it is used for a wide range of power factor, that is lagging or leading. At both power factor it will work, and it is used as a power factor correction. That means in industries, if the power factor is reduces, that is lagging, it is more reducing, then what happened, the electricity board will put more amount on that one, they will change the tariff. To escape that one, what they will do, they will connect in parallel with the bus bar the synchronous motor, and they will increase the excitation. When they increase the excitation, then what happened, the synchronous motor start running at leading. So lagging and leading, if you combine both two, the power factor will be improves. Suppose it reduces 0.7, when we connect the synchronous motor, it raises to 0.8. So likewise, they can use it to improve the power factor also for industries. And disadvantages. So what are the disadvantages? It is not a self-starting motor. It requires both supply, AC and DC supply. When it requires both supply, AC and DC supply, then what happened? We have to make special arrangements. Special arrangements is required. Then what happened? Yeah, cost also reduces. And cost reduces, the construction also complicated. And as we know, this is not a self-starter. We require a trained person to start the motor also. That is also another disadvantages. And another disadvantage is we covered just now, that is hunting. Another phenomena is called hunting. What is meant by hunting? How the hunting is occurs when the supply voltage is changing, sorry, supply frequency is changing, or the load which is connected to the motor is changing. When the load is changing, automatically the speed is changing. So because of that one, the hunting is produced. So what happened when the hunting is more? That means increasing, decreasing, increasing, decreasing. It comes out from the synchronism, and the motor stops. So that is the disadvantages of synchronous motor. Next, what is the applications of synchronous motor? This one also we covered. It is used as a power factor correction, where, and it is used wide range of application is required. There also it is required. So what is the features of synchronous motor? So it is a constant speed motor, that means it runs at a synchronous speed only. It can be operated under both lagging and leading power factor by changing the excitation. It can be also operated at not only lagging and leading, it can be operated a unity power factor also. It can be used as a synchronous condenser, which is used to improve the power factor. Another feature is it requires both AC and DC supply, and construction is complicated. And what is another feature? It needs special arrangement for starting, as it is not self-starting. That means some special other arrangements is either we have to use some AC motor or DC motor, or we have to use some damper windings, so that we have to increase the start the motor to make the motor self-starting. So this is the topics we covered in this today's lecture. This is the synchronous motor. This is the introduction where we covered all these points. What is AC motor, classification, comparison with asynchronous motor, advantages, disadvantages, and applications of synchronous motor. If you have any doubt, we can today you read this, and if you have any doubts, we can start ask in the next class. Thank you.